today's video is going over my favorite face products and how I create like a flawless foundation, blush, bronzy, highlighted face. So basically I already have done my eyes, and then I just go through in the video my steps to create your base for the rest of your makeup. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first thing I typically will do before I put on foundation is I will prime my face, and I do quite a bit of steps for this process, so bear with me. But the first thing I do is apply these e.l.f. booster drops. These are super hydrating and I just love them. So these are the sun-kissed one and then the hydrating booster drops. So I'll just take a little bit of each and apply it to my face. I don't take too much, but just because I also use a primer on top of this. Okay, and then before they run down my face, I will quickly blend both of these in, and your skin will feel so refreshed once you put them on. So then you're just going to want to let that kind of sit into your skin for maybe like a minute or so until it's like drier, and then we will apply our foundation products. Alright, so now that that's all set in, I'm gonna go into another primer. So those were just like boosting drops for your skin. This is one I've been loving recently. It's the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. It comes in this little pot and it is super thick, but I'm just gonna apply this just to my like cheeks and where I have pores and stuff like this. And this really helps with smoothing everything out. And I just take a little bit from this pot. All right, so we'll let that also, we'll let that also sink in, and then we will hop into foundation. All right, I forgot one step that I've been liking to do before foundation, and that is color correcting. So I had a recent video on how to color correct, but I have found a cheaper alternative that I've been liking to use. And that is the e.l.f. color correcting stick, and mine is just for light skin tones, and it looks like this. So I'm going to put this directly where I have darkness, and then we'll blend this out here with my finger like that. And this one's a little more orange than the Benefit one that I like, but I still think it gets the job done. And I don't have crazy dark circles, so I can't say for people who do how like this might work, but for me it works good. It does its job, and it is so much more affordable. I think this is like $3 to $4, so way more affordable, and I really like this creamy consistency. So now that my face is primed, I'm color corrected, we're going to go into foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations. It's the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. And I am in Porcelain. And I like to directly apply this to the skin. And we can always add more of this on top if we feel like we need more coverage. So then I'm going to take my Eco Tools sponge, and I'm going to spray some of my Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. And I learned this technique from Jaclyn Hill. When she applies her face makeup, she'll put on her foundation and then she'll spray her sponge every single time she goes into like apply more with her foundation. And her face always looks flawless. I cannot talk today. Her face always looks flawless, and so I have been trying that technique out and it works. Trust me, it's worth the extra little step. Okay, so there's one layer. So this foundation just looks so like airbrushed without looking too flat. And it's just like a satin finish. It's not super dewy, it's not matte. It's just right in between that gorgeous finish. I love it. So I'm going to apply a little bit more toward my cheek area. And then a little all over. And you can build this up. You can, you know, just do a very light amount of coverage and it just looks so gorgeous. Hourglass products are a little bit more pricey, but they are those ones that are so worth it. Okay, so there's one base. It just looks, oh, I just love this foundation. Anyways, so for concealer, I'm going to go into the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, a classic concealer. I love this concealer. And we are going to apply that under our eyes. Down our nose, forehead, right there, a little bit all over. And she does the Jaclyn Hill, the same step with the spray that I did with the foundation. And just wanted to mention I am in fair, so. So next I'm going to do a little bit of cream contouring, and for that I've been loving to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer, Pro-Conceal Concealer, and I use Toast. So it's just this. This is also a great concealer, but it also works great as cream contour. So, oops. Don't want to push out too much, but just applying a very, very small amount here. And for buffing all this out, this is the best brush. It's the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush, and it will just buff this out seamlessly. So that's that for cream contour. I'm going to go in and set my face. This is another, a little bit more pricey of a product, but I've been loving it lately, and it is the L'Oreal Lancôme Long Time No Shine Translucent Powder. And I will go into my same sponge and first set my under eyes. I think I'll bake actually and show you how I do that. So I take quite a bit of powder and pop it on, pop it under my eye area like that and look a little crazy. And then I'm gonna carve out my cheekbones. And you will create like a beard for yourself, but this beard, woo, will make your makeup look flawless. So I will be back once I'm done baking and we'll wipe it away and then do the rest of our face. All right, so the next thing we are going to do is set our cream contour down, and I have been loving this Tarte Sun Chaser Blur and Sculpt bronzing powder in Rhea. And I purchased this based off of Kathleen Light's love for it, and I also have been loving it. So we are going to apply this everywhere we put that bronzer down. All right, now that our contour's done, we're gonna wipe away all of this bakage. And then just kind of set everything. It looks pretty when you do that. All right, and one thing you might do or find yourself doing is like noticing that you're bringing your face, like your side of your face products too low. And what you can do with that is just take more of the powder and sculpt it out and kind of create like a barrier for where you're going to bring them. That way you really intensify those cheekbones. All right, so next we will do blush, or actually I have another bronzer I wanted to use. So this is a matte one. It's more of like my contour. And this bronzer is going to bronze the skin, and this is my favorite bronzer. It is the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula, and I just got a new one, and I use bronzer, the shade bronzer, and I'm going to use that same brush and just apply it in the same areas. All right, so there's that. If you are not a fan of blush, you could stop right here and then just add a highlight. But I've been loving blush, so I'm gonna go into a Tarte Amazonian Clay blush. These are amazing blushes, and this is a sample one that is from Ipsy, and this is in Quirky. But these blushes last so long on the skin, and they are matte, which I prefer in a blush. And for blush, how I apply it for my face shape is I will take like a angled brush like this and then dip into the product, and I like smile without my teeth and apply it right to the apples of my cheeks, and then like buff it back into my contour. Alright, the next thing I do is take a stippling brush and blend all my face powders together. And my favorite brush for that is the Morphe M442. It looks like this. So I'll just blend everything together just so we look nice and seamless and nothing looks too cakey. Alright, so once you're done with that, you will go into highlight. But before I go into highlight, I am going to finish up my lower lash line, and I will be right back. Alright, so the last step is highlighter. So this is one of my favorite highlighters. It is a Colourpop Supershock Cheek Highlighter in Flexetarian, and it is in like a creamy formula. So I like to take these on my finger and just apply it to my cheek. See how it's so pretty. And then I like it down my nose, and then right above my lips, and in my inner corner of my eye. And this is such like a glossy, wet, juicy highlighter. It's so pretty. So once you're all done with that, you are going to want to spray your face, and I'm going to use the same spray I've been using. It is the Catrice Prime and Find. Let me do lips and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I hope this video was informative and helpful and maybe helped you guys find some products, some new products you might want to test out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe down below and check out my other videos and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video.